streaming here on YouTube and here on Riverside. So ignore the little logo in the top left if you see it. That's for my podcasting, and I don't know how to get it away. So, hey guys, thanks for joining. Before I dive in, how many of you have tried running, let's say, ads before and felt like you just lit money on fire and never see it again? Just completely lost it. Yep, lots of people, right? I've actually been there too. And today I'm going to show you exactly why that happened and what we're doing differently that gets 25 booked appointments in the first 30 days. You guys want to see that? So I'm going to go kind of quick here. I said there's no replays. I think this might automatically have the replay on YouTube. So if you're joining this live and you missed some of this, you can go back on YouTube and watch this. My name is Brad. I'm the founder of Genie Rocket and Leads Launchpad. And what we do is we build and run done-for-you ad systems for small business owners. And in the last 30 days alone, for example, we generated 194 leads for a college test prep company at $3.85 per booked call. And I'm going to show you kind of those actual numbers and what that looks like here in a second. So I'm going to show you some examples and give you some very specifics on how you can generate more, not just leads, but actual booked appointments. What nobody really tells you is a lot of times you don't have a leads problem, you actually have a visibility problem and a follow-up problem. Most business owners are actually invisible online, and the one that do run ads, they usually send traffic to a form. They wait 2 days for a follow-up and wonder why nobody booked. And the truth of the matter is, if you don't respond to a lead within 5 minutes, there's a 90% chance you've lost them. And that's not waiting an hour, that's just 5 minutes. And that's where we close the gap. So why Meta? So I know we talk a lot about Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and again, maybe you've done Meta ads before, but 3.2 billion people are on it every single day. Your exact customer by age, income, location, behavior is scrolling right now, tonight, tomorrow morning. And Google is great, but Google only catches people who are already searching. Meta lets you get in front of your perfect customer before they even know they need you, and then you own the relationship. And the cost, again, we're getting clicks for like 63 cents, and that's not luck, that's actually just how the system works. And no other platform gives you that combination of reach, targeting, and speed. And you can be live, honestly, within even just 24 hours. And that's why we love it so much. So I know some of you might be thinking like, hey, Brad, I've tried ads before and they just didn't work. I hear that a lot. And here's what I always say back. So the ads aren't the problem. It's what happens after the click. So we use AI to follow up with every single lead in minutes, automatically book them directly onto your calendar while you're sleeping, while you're with another client, while you're at dinner, etc. You don't have to be there. So I'm going to show you what this actually looks like in the real world. So let me share my screen here and let's jump right in. If you guys are live here and you see the chat in there, tell me where you're coming from. Thank you guys for being here. I know leads can be just frustrating, right? It's like, how do we get more leads? How do we know they're quality leads? How do we get them to show up to appointments? And that's honestly what we're the experts at. So that's what we want to help you guys with. So you don't ever have to struggle again with knowing where your next lead is going to come from and where your next appointment is going to come from. All right, here we go. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get rocking and rolling on just a couple things here. And stick with me to the very end. I'm going to give you something really special that I think you're going to like, and it's an opportunity where you can actually get this same system here. So I'm going to see if I can change my layout so you actually see a little bit of me there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to show you here how you can get 25 plus booked appointments in just 30 days with a system that actually works. And again, the biggest thing is like, hey, how do we know this actually works? You've heard a lot of people telling you about like lead gen and how they can get you leads, and maybe they've pitched different things, but I'm going to show you some real recent results just to prove that this is the real deal and this actually works. This is one of our clients. We got set up on the system. They got 25, not just leads, but 25 AI booked appointments in just 30 days. I can also confirm they've had sales. So in that 30 days, 194 leads generated. Average cost per conversion per lead is $3.85 with 25 booked appointments. And they are a college test prep company. So high ticket item. And we make this work across all industries. I'd just like to highlight a few examples here. So on the left here, you can see this is like examples of the actual ads that we created and ran and tested. And on the right here are real screenshots of results in 30 days with those 194 leads. And then we got 25 of those booked appointments all through AI. Crazy, right? And when I say booked through AI, what that means is after the lead comes through, they automatically get a text. The text is connected to their calendar. It works back and forth and gets them booked on the calendar. It is pretty remarkable. Here's another one, 118 B2B leads in 30 days. If you're like, hey, I'm B2B, does this actually work for B2B? Yes, it does. So this is 118 leads generated at an average cost of $6.60 per lead, average is 72 cents per click. And this is how great Meta is. Like, pay attention to this part. This is an extremely niche product. This customer was looking for restaurants in specific cities that were serving breakfast, and getting them to either start a waffle program or switch to them for their waffle program. So this is not like just a very generalist, like I just need general leads, anyone that like has a house or has a car or has money. This is owners of restaurants that are serving breakfast in specific cities. And we still got 118 leads in 30 days. And again, confirming he's made sales from those. Like these are legit people that are in that area. So very, very cool and unique niche. Here's another one. This is 10 booked AI appointments in 30 days. And when I go through these numbers, as you guys know, not all businesses are created equal. Not all leads are created equal. A lead for someone might be worth $100, and for another one, it might be worth $100,000, right? So just keep that in mind. Is think about what is the value of a lead to you? What is that first purchase, and more importantly, what is the lifetime value? And think about like, hey, if I could spend, $15 per lead or $10 per lead, is that worth it if I close X percentage of those? And if you get better at sales, then this becomes just a no-brainer, right? So this is 10 AI booked appointments in 30 days. So we had 51 leads generated at $15 per conversion, $1.44 average cost per click. You can see here. And this is a B2B CRM implementer. So again, very, very specific. They only are focusing on like 2 different kinds of softwares. And again, the beauty of Meta, what I didn't really unpack on the last slide here, is Meta is going out and looking for the right people that are going to be more than likely interested to make a purchase. They're not just showing this to your friends and family. They're not just showing this to like a random group of people. They're using very specific algorithms to actually get this in front of the right people. So when we put in the certain kind of images and text, et cetera, into these ads, it's using that to go and find the people that it thinks are going to be most interested in those ads, which is pretty wild. All right. And then I think we've got one more here just to kind of show a variety. This is for a marriage consulting counseling company. And this is a couple. So again, very different organizations here. They got 25 AI booked appointments in just 30 days. I think over 90 days, they had like 75. So in this example, 82 leads generated, 432 cost per conversion, 71 average cost per click. So you guys can see the patterns here, right? Like this works across multiple types of businesses. And what's magic about it is leveraging the power of Meta. We're leveraging what it can do. And when you use the right creative and you've got the right speed to lead technique, then you can also achieve awesome results just like this. There's more, there's realtors, there's insurance agents, and it works across the board in every industry. The only one we haven't seen it work in, I just talked to my team member David, and we were kind of laughing at, like, he's like, the only person that I wasn't able to really sell this to was a truck driver, right? Or I think that was right. So or someone that did like when trucks break down, going and pick them up. If your service is only needed by something that has a very specific high intent emergency, like we need this right now, that's going to be good for Google Ads. But almost everything else works great. This is why some of the most successful large businesses in the world have their entire structure all on Meta, because they know that is the best system to generate a consistent flow of leads. And we like to help people achieve this without going broke or spending any additional time learning to be a marketing expert. Because here's the truth: you didn't get into what you're doing to have to become a marketing expert, right? Whatever you're doing, you are probably a professional at, and your craft is what you need to be focused on. Because if you take your eyes off of what you're doing, then you are not going to be the professional that you are today, right? If you're hiring a plumber, you need that plumber to be an expert plumber, not an expert marketer, right? If you're hiring someone to work on your car or clean your house or fill in the blank, you need them to be the absolute best at their craft and not be just a great marketer. And that's where a system like this can help you focus on your craft and let this run an autopilot to get you those booked appointments so you can have conversations with the right people. Now, the three big problems that we help solve, that we push into and have conversations around, is number one, just a lack of qualified leads coming into the business. I had a business coach once tell me, and that would always say, it's not that you need more money, it's that you need more people. You just need to be in front of more people. A lot of times small businesses are invisible. It's not that they have a lesser quality business or they don't do as good of job. Usually the businesses I talk to, and this might be you, actually have a better product or service. They just don't have visibility and people don't know they exist, and therefore they die a slow death. And we don't want that to happen. We need the people that are the best at what they do to be getting the best results. The second problem that we see a lot of small businesses have is just missed leads due to slow follow-ups, right? If you are doing what your craft is, chances are you're not just behind the screen waiting for the next lead to come in. And the second they come in, you're not firing off a message or giving them a call. You're probably a good steward of what you've been given, and you're waiting until the job's done or you're completing a task, and then you're jumping into when you have time to follow up with people. And like we just looked at earlier, if it takes 5 minutes to follow up with somebody, then you've already lost that lead and they're on to the next. So even if you are generating leads and one comes in and you happen to miss them, you're just leaving a lot of money on the table. The next problem that we see is just disorganized lead management. This is kind of funny. You might be thinking like, well, I don't have that many leads, so it's really easy for me to keep them organized. I've been there too. Sometimes we just put leads on like Post-it notes or write them in a notebook or try to remember them in our head. And the problem is when you turn on a system that gets you a abundant amount of inbound leads coming in, once you have like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 leads coming in, let's say even a week, that becomes a lot to manage and organize, and it can just feel overwhelming, and you can lose a lot of revenue from that. So those are the biggest three problems that we see. And the real talk, if I can be honest with you guys, and I've struggled with all of these before too, why these small businesses aren't making more money is usually one or more of the following things. Number one is you're buying bad leads. Stop buying leads. When you buy a lead list, you're usually buying it from a lead broker. They're selling it to multiple people. They're usually aged leads. They're not new and fresh. And it's just a big waste of money. And it can be very frustrating, right? It can be demoralizing just to be calling people off of a lead list that don't want to be called. They don't know why you're calling. Maybe they've just been called by 3 or 4 other people in the similar industry. And that's just not fun on either side. So stop buying those bad lead lists. Number two is your offer is bad. When people see your brand or your business, it's not just about what you do, it's about why they need to choose you. So a lot of businesses don't have a really good offer. An offer doesn't mean a race to the bottom, meaning we're not saying you need to have a discount code or you need to have anything that's going to cheapen your brand. I'm going to turn off these lights in here. It's getting a little bit weird with the lights. Here we go. That's much better. Okay. It's looking a little bit like lights coming through the window, kind of whited out. So if you don't have a good offer, it's going to be hard for people to say yes. And again, that doesn't mean a discount. That could be, a bonus. There needs to be some urgency or some scarcity to why do people need to hire you, and why do they need to take action right now? I bet you most of the time, if you look at your website or your ads, that message isn't on there. So there's no urgency to take action. It just becomes information, and we need to translate information into action. And then third, is follow-up is bad, right? We don't have a good follow-up system. You might be getting leads in your business, or maybe you're not getting leads in your business, but we don't really have a good, scalable, dependable follow-up system. When a lead comes in, what happens? If they just get a follow-up email, or maybe they get reached back out 5, 10, 15 minutes later, a day later, they're already gone and on to the next and dead. And that can be very frustrating. And then number 4 that we talked about, why you're not making more money, is simply you're not getting in front of enough people. If your brand is invisible, then no one's going to be buying your product or service, right? If you're only growing by going to networking events, or you're doing the spray and pray method of just hoping that people find out about you, or hoping that someone refers you, that's a really slow way to grow. I think in-person networking events and groups are fantastic, but if you don't have another system, like I'm going to show you here, that could potentially get you in front of 1,000 to 2,000 people a day that don't know you exist, then scalability is going to be really, really difficult. So let's jump to the next here real quick. And then I'm going to show you how you can start fixing all these problems and making more money in your business. Sound good? All right, how do we fix this? So this is something that we coined, that's called ACR, Attract, Convert, Recover. And listen, guys, whether or not you decide to have me help you with some of this, or you do it on your own, I promise you, if you just listen to this and take a few notes, this will help you at least think a little bit different about, how to get booked appointments for your business in a fresh way. And again, at the end, I am going to show you, if you're like, Brad, I would love for you to help me do this, we have a very inexpensive option that we do all this for you. But if anything, you just want to take some notes here, you can figure out some of this, and hopefully just get some higher quality leads. So the ACR system is, the most important thing is, obviously we want to attract new qualified leads. This means inbound leads, people that are coming to you. Magnetize attraction. Think of a magnet. We're holding it up. We're attracting people to you. We're not chasing people. We're not buying a lead list and just calling people that don't know you exist. These people have seen something about your business, and they're filling out your form or calling you and asking you to help. The next thing is converting them into booked sales conversations. Guys, this is where the magic happens. And this is what we do day in and day out for ourselves and our clients, is we have an AI booking bot connected to SMS, text, and our calendars. So 24/7, we have leads coming in that automatically get a text, have a conversation with them, answer questions, and get them booked into our calendar. So all those big numbers I showed you earlier of, all the booked appointments we're getting for these clients every single day, that's all happening automatically behind the scenes with AI and with connected calendars. There's not someone answering phones. There's not someone answering texts. There's not someone just sitting behind a computer waiting for the next lead to come in. The second a lead comes in, automation kicks on, conversations are started, it's reading from your website to answer questions, and it's booking them. And the thing I didn't tell you yet that's kind of cool, it's not only through text, but it's also through voice. So voice AI, someone calls you, you can have an AI answer the phone, answers questions about your business, overcomes objections, and even books the appointment. And this isn't like a futuristic thing that's coming. This is happening today. We have booked appointments all the time through voice AI and text AI. And then the biggest thing that most people forget is the R in ACR is recovering revenue from past leads that never booked or bought. Some of the first slides I showed you a big number, right? Like, hey, we got 100 leads and 25 of them booked appointment. And the question is like, well, what happens to the other 75 leads that don't book an appointment? Good question. So that is where the recovery comes in. Not everyone is going to be ready to book, and not everyone is going to be ready to buy, right? But you are now building a lead list. You have all these people that have raised their hands, and you can continue to nurture them through great content. And so we have a system that automatically sends high value content to your leads and helps get them ready for the next step. And I'm super excited. This is actually what I'm about to share is the first time I've shared this. We have this wild new system that actually researches all the information about your company and your brands, and it will create daily or weekly high value email content and automatically email your entire lead list that has not bought from you. So you're not doing anything, but every day or every week, you've got nurturing emails going out. And those emails are not all buy, and sell. Those emails are all, hey, because you raised your hands, let me provide you some more value. And eventually, when you're ready to buy, you're going to be top of mind because guess what? You've been the one showing up, educating them and helping them. So that's the ACR method. And that gets awesome days like this. This is my buddy Jordan, one of my clients. And we were on Zoom together, and you can see his inbox and all of these new lead alerts. This isn't AI or Photoshopped or Canva. This is a real message. And you can see this is only not even 2 days worth. This is part of April 22nd and part of April 23rd, and it kept going. You can see kind of the scroll bar on the side. This is what happens when you activate a really strong offer with a really strong ad. And guys, it's not even expensive to do, but it can literally change the game overnight. I know when I did this, I was working with some coaches. I was still a little bit skeptical on it. I didn't want to, spend money on ads, and I've spent and lost so much money, probably like you, on multiple different things. And I only promote stuff and market stuff like this that I've actually been through and I've seen it work. And this worked awesome for me, and now it's working awesome for others. And this guy Jordan has a ton of sales. He's continued this program, gets a lot of sales in, and it all starts with having good message in front of the right people. So how in the world does this work? Like, what does this actually look like? So again, if you've done meta ads before and maybe they have completely failed you, I've been there too. But when you do them the right way, they can be a game changer. Meta just released a brand new algorithm that is actually very AI friendly. And they look at the picture in the ad, they look at the text on the ad, all the information, and they actually send this to the people that they think are most likely to make a buying decision. So this is an example in East Greenwich, which I think is up towards Maine somewhere. And it was a very specific offer with a very specific service to a very specific area. And because of that, they got 122 leads in just 60 days, and their average cost per lead was $5.62. Now, you might be saying like, well, what is a lead? Is that a click? No. A lead is someone that actually gave their name, their email, and their phone number. So they said, yes, I am interested. Send me information about this. And the client in a day or two I had a conversation with was already closing deals a day or two after the switch was flipped. Sorry. Yes, the switch was flipped to start getting these results in. So this is the combination of a killer strategy. And what's neat is when you do this with a lead form ad, what that means is we're not taking people to a landing page. They're actually filling out their name, their email, and their phone number directly on the ad itself. So Meta loves it when you don't take them off platform. So you get a much lower cost per lead, and you get their information fast, because the second they fill this out, what we do is we suck it into like this CRM automation platform. Don't let those words scare you. So it takes all the information, name, email, phone number, and then it automatically starts sending them text messages to try to get them to the next step, right? So if they filled out a form for you, let's say Jerry fills out a form, on Facebook, hit submit, they're going to get a text message from you that says, "Hey, Jerry, thanks so much for filling out this form. I just got it through Facebook. Looks like you were interested in having a quick call to learn more about our program. What day of the week works best for you?" That's all automated. Jerry writes back and says, "Tuesday." AI is connected to your calendar, says, "Great, Tuesday at 10 or 11, which one works best for you?" Jerry says 11. AI says, "Great, I have you at Tuesday at 11. Sound good?" Jerry says yes. Automatically sends the calendar invite and then starts the follow-up process to remind Jerry to show up for the meeting. And all you have to do is show up to the meeting. And automation and AI does the rest. And that's how you go from speed to lead, from a meta ad all the way to a booked appointment that you just show up to, and you just put on your pitch and sell face and do what you do best. And AI does the rest there. What's important too is when you're running Facebook ads, it's not just a matter of going to Facebook and saying run an ad. I talk to a lot of people that just turn on ads. So not all ads are created equal. What you need to do, and that what we help people that work with us do, is create what's called a stupid to say no to offer. Right? So if it's just a very bland offer, no one's going to take action on it because nobody cares. We have to think what's in it for them. If you got in front of your dream customer, what would you be willing to do for them to crack open the door so they can say yes, so you can guide them to a next step? So when you create that stupid to say no offer and you combine that with a scroll stopping ad, then you've got a winner on your hands, and you can start getting those insane amount of leads coming in and automatic booked appointments. And I'm not trying to overhype this or make it some voodoo magic. I'm really trying to show you the process behind what works. And we've got all the proofs and the screenshots, like I just showed you, of this is what's working. So when you've got a scroll stopping ad with a really great ad copy with some sort of offer, you're going to start getting those great results. Now, the best part too is what happens behind the scenes. This is where we implement the Genie Rocket system, which is the CRM, the marketing automation platform. And again, I'll give you all the details on like, hey, what's the cost here? It is not expensive. And we're trying to do this to make it really easy for you guys to get results. So what happens is after someone fills out the form on an ad, we automatically pull it into Genie Rocket, and that will automatically send out the texts. That's what connects it to their booking calendar. That's what sends out all the nurturing emails. You can have it send them like a ringless voicemail drop. If you're using Slack, you can have it alert your Slack channel that you just got a new lead in. This kicks off the entire automation. And then you can even click on the contact, and you can call the contact, email the contact, all through the system. You can take notes on them. You can see all the links he's clicked. It's a full CRM, which stands for a contact relationship manager. So you get all of your leads organized in one place that come through the system. We also have this isn't for everybody, but people that want ongoing support, because we've made this so cheap, we do these weekly group coaching calls. So we've got people that jump on and say, hey, like ads are going great. I'm having trouble with sales. Can you help me with sales? Or, hey, people aren't showing up as much now to the booked appointments. How do we fix that? So we do these awesome just group coaching calls to help people make sure that they have everything that they need for success, as well as 24/7 Zoom support and chat support. So if you're a go-getter, and I know you guys are out there, and you're up at like 2 a.m. finishing work, and you're like, you know what? If only I could change this message on this text, or change a part of this ad, or do this thing. We have 500 people on the support team that do 24/7 support with Zoom and chat that can access your account and help you with anything that you need. So if that looks good, and for those of you, I see some of you are joining a little bit late. If you missed some of this, this will be on our YouTube channel. If you just type in Genie Rocket, it's also streaming live there, and I think that we'll save it so you can watch some of the replay. But if this sounds good, we've made this process extremely simple. What I don't want you to do, and I've seen this time and time again, is you end up spending a lot of money on your own, trying to do it yourself and figure it out. And that causes frustration, fatigue, You're going to curse Meta saying like Facebook ads don't work for me because you did it wrong. And it's just like I would never try to be a plumbing expert or a mechanic or any of that. I would hire the experts. So what I'm coming to you here with is a program that is proven, that is very inexpensive. So you can hire the experts and we can do it all for you. We can set this up for you, get you leads in, and we even have a guarantee. So if you're like, hey, this isn't what I thought, this didn't work for me, we're going to give you that investment back. So we've made it like extremely easy because we want to stay connected to you. We care about small business. I'm a small business owner. All of our clients are small business owners. Like I get it. And sales are the lifeblood of your organization. If you don't have a consistent flow of inbound leads and sales, nothing else matters, right? So anyway, I'll jump into this. So if this looks good, and I'll go through pricing here on the next slide. It's really simple. Once you buy online, you put in your credit card, you're going to get a quick link just to fill out. That's going to ask questions about your business. It's going to say, what's your website? Who are your customers? What are some of your offers you currently have? Once you fill that out, that's going to come to me and my team to review. You're going to get a quick link to schedule just an onboarding call to Genie Rocket. That's where we're going to set up your texting and AI phone number, get your calendars connected, make sure everything is ready for you to scale. And that platform is going to be your best friend because all of your leads are going to be flowing in there and organized in there. The next thing that happens is our team, and this happens fast, guys. I'm blown away by how fast my team is on this. Usually within 24 hours, sometimes the same day, my team is going to send you your ads and your email copy, like everything. Like here's everything to review to go live. And you say, yep, looks good. Let's get it rocking and rolling. And your ads get launched. And then you just show up when you want to our weekly live groups and get help when you want, get live support when you want. So this is like almost like a one-time setup. We do everything for you. We give you the keys to your car. We get this up and running. And then when you need to make micro adjustments, you just show up whenever you want. You're like, hey, this ad's getting a little bit like I've got a new offer. I need help getting a new offer up. And we help you do that for free. You just show up to our weekly live and we help you there. So let's go quickly to the investment. And before I show you the investment, I want you to think about one thing. Think about if you got a dream customer in, how much is that customer worth to you? And if you just got one person to sign up and pay you, how much is that? And then the next question I want you to ask yourself is what is your average conversion rate? If you had 10 people right now that were all inbound leads, meaning they are coming to you, showing up to your meeting to hear your pitch, how many of those can you close? And those are the numbers I want you to be thinking about. Because if I said, hey, I'm going to get you 10 leads and you're going to close 5, and it's like average ticket is $1,000, that's $5,000. I want you to think about not how much this costs, but think about how much you're going to make. And again, the cost on here is not expensive, but I know a lot of us get scared when we see numbers, but I want you to think bigger than just how much this is going to cost. I want you to think how much could you potentially make from this program? Cool? All right. So we've got 2 options here. We have a yearly option, which guys, honestly, like I still charge some clients more than this a month for some of our services. So this is $29.70 a year for the platform. And when you go this yearly route, you also get a custom landing page design that we make for you and a custom email template design. That's just going to help your conversions go a little bit higher. So that's a once a year, $29.70. And we're gonna create your ads, create your copy, set you up in the system, make sure that this has success for you. And then the only other cost that you have here is your ad spend. We don't touch that money. There's some marketing agencies that will take a percentage of ad spend. We don't touch any of that. That goes all to Meta. So we recommend starting out around $25 a day for Meta. That's around 700 something and change a month. And what we typically find is cost per lead, as you saw in my earlier slides, could be anywhere from like $3 to $12. And over time, you'll be able to figure out what exactly that is based on your business. And so again, when I'm asking you to think about numbers, think about, is it worth spending $25 a day to get maybe one, two, or three leads, and maybe you close one? Was that worth $25? Probably so. So that is option one. This saves you quite a bit of money. And this is for the people that really want to go all in and they're serious about growth. The other option I have here is our monthly option. So it'd be $497 today. That's it. Just one time $497. And then every month you're just doing $297 a month. And what that $297 a month covers is really the platform cost. So you're paying for that, the email marketing, SMS, CRM, like the full suite of things. And I won't even begin to tell you everything else it can do, but it does include like voice AI and blogs, social media scheduling. It's a full sales and marketing hub that will change your life. And the more that you're in the system and you show up for our trainings, the more value that you'll see out of it. And again, what's cool about this is you can turn this offer on, up or down whenever you want, right? So the $297 a month is kind of the set it and forget it. That's kind of like the utility bill to be in the game. And then you can decide what you want to spend on ads and get that going. So to get this, and I'll go through one thing too. So if you just want to copy this or put it in your browser, it's leadslaunchpad.com/buy. And if you do this today, I'm also going to include the never-ending email nurture sequence that I mentioned. It's a brand new tool that I've never offered before, but it's where we actually have an AI bot that's going to learn your business, learn what you do, learn your customers, and it's going to send out daily automated nurturing emails forever until they buy. And we just have that on autopilot. Right now, we usually do like 5 to 6 emails that we create for you on your behalf, and those go out to your leads to nurture them with really great content, which is awesome. But if you do this today, we're going to have kind of a forever lead nurturing system that you get to try out. And I think it's going to change the game. We're doing that for a few of our businesses right now, and we've been just floored by how great the content is. Again, it's not sell and buy and sell and buy. It's really high value content that then turns into booked appointments. So the other screen here that I was going to mention, so these are the two pricing options. We've got the annual membership or monthly. And then if you are doing like the texting and the calling and all that, there's a really small usage fee, and that's just a pass-through cost. So it's kind of like, the electric bill, so to speak, on this. Whenever you're doing outbound calls, it's like 0.0224 cents a minute. Inbound calls, it's 0.136. Text is 0.0132. Here's how I like to think about this, is the more that you're spending on these usage fees, that means the more you're saving time and it's automatically communicating with your leads. So gasoline for the car is probably a better analogy. This is just the gas and it just auto refills. So you might spend $5 a month or $10 a month or $25 a month. And that just means that's how much activity is happening with your leads. And so those are the prices. And this is the link. So I'm going to put this link, if you're on YouTube Live, I don't think I can put it in there, or maybe I can switch screens, but I'm going to try to put this in the chat here real fast. And again, if you guys buy today, I'm going to give you that awesome bonus of forever nurturing that I think you are going to absolutely love. It does take a little bit of manual setup, but we're going to do all of that for you and get you set up there. So the second you go through this link and you activate it, again, you're going to get texts and emails automatically. And so the text is going to be to book your onboarding call. It's going to be for you to fill out a really quick form so we can know more about your business. And we actually design and create your ad, design and create your offer, design and create your follow-ups, emails. We work with you of getting it all set up on your Meta account. It's not ours. So we access your business Facebook page. If you don't have one, we'll also help you set that up. And it's a game changer. We've been doing this for our business for years. And the clients that are doing this are getting great results. Here is, oh my gosh, I almost forgot about this. I kind of mentioned earlier. So here's our 100% guarantee. This makes it like a no-brainer for you guys. When you join us, If we can't deliver qualified leads to your business within 30 days, if you're spending the ad spend and you're doing the thing and you're like, I'm not getting qualified leads, we'll gladly give you your initial investment back. Now, anything that you paid to Facebook, that's Facebook's cash, and we just chalk that up to, like, hey, you got in front of thousands of people. Congratulations. And the good news is, we don't ever have to do this. If people actually go through this process, they will get results. This is just like you can imagine going to a gym and the personal trainer, right? It's the personal trainer. I'm your personal trainer, and it's saying, I can't diet and exercise for you, but I promise if you show up and you put in the little bit of work required, and most importantly, like the ad spend required, like you are going to get results. The good news is this is much easier than going to a gym. All we're asking you do is show up to the onboarding, approve the ads, let us do our stuff so we can deliver you not just leads, but get you booked appointments. And also, if you guys have, there's like a chat and a Q&A in there. If you guys have any questions on this, as we're finishing up here, please drop them in chat. I'm happy to stay on for a little bit and help answer any questions. The most important thing to know is when we've been around for a long time. Let me see. I'm not going to go through all these slides here. Oh yeah, so we've been around since 2011. We have lots of great reviews, really great reputation, won lots of national awards. Actually based here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Keller, Texas. And I know that you don't know me from anyone else, but just know like the reason I've been in business for so long is because we take care of people, right? We want to do what's right. We're not here today, gone tomorrow. We actually care about results. We care about businesses. We care about you, and we're highly relational. We're, to our own detriment, we're more relational than transactional. What does that mean? It means we would rather take a hit and work extra hard to help you get results than we are just gonna like ghost you and not get you any results. We really, really do care. And I know that's hard because you don't know me, but I will say like that's why we put that guarantee in place. Is we want you to be super happy and comfortable with our system. And we've had clients on this for years, some that have been completely on autopilot where they don't even have to show up for our weekly lives. They just have a great ad and a great offer, and it continues to generate them results in their account and booked appointments, and they close sales. Rinse and repeat. So pretty fantastic. And then just as a reminder too, we do have that 24/7 support, which is amazing. So again, imagine if it's like 1 a.m. and you're one of those go-getter entrepreneurs and you need some extra help, you can literally just click in your account and jump on chat or say, I need to hop on Zoom, and you're going to have someone that pulls open your account and helps you with anything that you need. And just as a quick recap, you might be thinking too, like, hey, again, I've done Facebook ads, I didn't get results. Like, why would I ever try this again? So Meta's algorithm has recently changed. It's now better than ever. There's some wildly successful businesses. Me and one of my teammates over here, David, that's helping me on sales, we're just talking about this, like some multi-millionaire business owners that get all of their results from Meta. And they refuse to advertise anywhere else because Meta is just simply the best. And why would they go anywhere else? That's got all of their people. It's the best at targeting. It knows how to find your dream customers. And there's 3.2 billion people on it every single day. And we can target by location. So if you say, I only do business in one city or multiple cities or the entire country, we can target specific areas. We can also target gender. We can also target age. And sometimes we can even target some specific interests or behaviors. Like the waffle company I showed you, we wanted to target the specific interest or behavior of diner. So we're only going after diners. And again, what's cool about getting in front of that many people is with that $25 a day ad budget, you're in the B category of Facebook ads. And what that means is you're getting in front of 1,000 to 2,000 people usually a day, and you get higher quality leads and you get seen more often. because you're being favored by Facebook. Now, if you ask Facebook what a small ad spend is, Facebook is actually going to tell you it's $100 a day, which is crazy. Now, we spend that and more on ads, but that's because we've perfected the process, and we are happy to spend that much. And as you get comfortable spending on Meta ads, it's kind of like if you had a machine and you put $1 in and you got $5 back. When would you stop putting that dollar in? Probably never until it breaks. So that's what we want to help build for you, is a machine that you say like, hey, I'm going to put my ad spend dollars in, knowing that what I get back out is greater than what I put in. And that's the rocket fuel for your business. This is a little snapshot here too of like inside of Genie Rocket. What you guys are going to get is you're going to get a sales pipeline. So all of your leads automatically pop in here. And you can see in this example, there's 474 leads all in this column. It adds up the deal value at the top, $235,000 worth of leads. And then when they book an appointment, it automatically goes into the booked appointment column. So this column here, for example, has 93 opportunities valued at $174,377. And these are all real leads, real opportunities. And if you look closely, you can see it says Facebook next to all of those. These all came in through Facebook, and all these booked appointments are all AI booked appointments, meaning lead came in, text messages were sent, AI talked to them, AI booked their appointment, and all you have to do is show up. So really it's betting on yourself. If you believe that you can close people that show up on your calendar that have already seen your product or service, then this just gets you in front of a lot of those people. And I'll put that link here. And this is, here, I'll kind of show you this. This is an example too of just a screenshot of what that text looks like. So this is, I think, from our account. So the text to the lead says, hey, Melissa, I saw your form. Let's talk about taking your business from 15 to 10 leads a month. She obviously put that in wrong. I just need 30 minutes of your time to walk you through how we set everything up in one day so we can start seeing leads fast. They say, okay, thumbs up. And it says, here's the earliest available slots. They say one of the times, and it books their time. And then it's, hey, PS, please make sure to watch this short video before our meeting. So this is kind of like an advanced technique. If this starts blowing up for you, you can do things like this to say, after they book, also send this text with a link to a video that kind of tells them what to expect after they book and after they buy. So let me pull up this link one more time. So if you guys are interested in this, again, we have a real special thing we're doing today with our 30-day money-back guarantee, but also we're going to give you the infinite nurturing sequence that is going to read your website, read your business. We're going to set it up for you. That's going to automatically send emails to nurture your leads. And you know what? I'm feeling kind of generous tonight. So before we end, is it okay if I give you guys one more cool bonus that I wasn't planning on doing, but since you guys are here, I want to share it with you? Okay. So this is pretty wild. And I almost was skeptical of sharing this because it's such a cool kind of like secret that I was like, I just discovered this. I don't know if I'm ready to share it yet. So if you guys get this today, I'm not only going to give you that infinite nurturing sequence, get you all set up, everything, but in that same infinite nurturing sequence, this won't be relevant to you if you're B2C, business to consumer, but if you're B2B, I'm going to give you a system that will automatically go out there and find emails of your business prospects, and every day find new prospects for you and send them emails. So this isn't near as powerful as Meta ads, but it gives you another layer of like cold email outreach just on autopilot. So worst case scenario, nothing happens. Best case scenario, you're in front of an additional like 15 to 25 people a day. And it's going out there and finding, if you say like, hey, I need to find, just making up, like I need plumbers in Dallas and Phoenix and Chicago that I'm looking for, it will literally go and find those people, like find their emails, send them emails with a link to your calendar, which is pretty wild. So I'm going to throw that in if you're interested in getting started. And thank you guys for hanging out and being here. We're going to close this down real fast. Make sure to put this URL inside of your browser. And we've made it very easy. Again, once you make the purchase, you'll immediately get a text. You'll immediately get an email. We'll get you into our program. And I can't wait to see the appointments that you get. I'm personally involved. I'm the founder over here. I'm going to help you guys with my team, get you set up for success. And it's going to be a game changer. So make sure you don't miss out on this. We can only take so many a month because we are a small team, which makes it great because we're all very hands-on and involved to make sure that you get results. But I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions at all too, you can just email hello@genierocket.com. That comes to me and my team, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. Or if you just want to learn more about the program, won't be able to offer all these specials that I'm offering you tonight, but you can go to leadslaunchpad.com, and that will walk you through exactly what we do, how we do it. You can book a consult there if you have some questions, and we will get you guys set up. So thanks for joining. Have a great night.